Hello.
Hello, we're back, and Marcus is fading in and out. He's doing his best Invisible Man impersonation. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome. CG is starting us off with Happy Sunday, everyone. Yes, Happy Sunday.
What's up, CG?
Yeah. I would say this. I want to apologize. Our live schedules have been a little bit off and on lately. King Matthew is with us. Hey, King Matthew. So I want to apologize to everybody for us being a little off schedule lately. We'll get back to our routine. Everybody's been a little bit busy, and then it just plays into the end of the week. Everybody's kind of just burnt out by how busy everybody's been. But let's go around the room. So how's everybody been? Noah, how you been?
Great.
Fantastic. Marcus, how about you, Marcus?
Can't complain. Just working and trying to get these projects going. But yep.
If we're talking about work, I can't complain, but I'm not going to because that's not what this podcast is for.
That would be a podcast for a different channel.
I think my vein would actually finally pop in this forehead right here, and then you'll see all of the computers shut down.
That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, so let's talk about we got a bunch of things to talk about this week. We're going to talk about End of Oak Street. I'm actually the only one that's got a chance to see it. There's a Jeff the Killer movie that looks like it's really more of a scam than it's actually going to be a legit movie. First look at Jason from the Crystal Lake TV show. Then we got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre animated film, and we got reboots galore coming. The Leprechaun, Puppet Master. Obsession is going to Halloween Horror Nights, which is going to tie into a little bit to a subject that we just kind of added that we're going to open up with very shortly. And then we have Bruce Campbell talking about what he wants to see more of in Evil Dead. But
I also have news about Bruce Campbell as well.
What his love story movie he's coming out with or whatever?
No, I actually don't know about that. He will not be doing any type of voice work as Ash anymore. So he's
let's talk about that towards the we'll close with Bruce Campbell stuff. Stay on the run sheet, my friend. But let's take a look. So
let's be honest here.
What happened?
You used to skip around the run sheet too, my good sir.
Depends. Yeah, but let's talk about our first topic here. So the End of Oak Street. So I went to see it.
Big. That's what she said.
I wish it could be smaller on here, but it can't be. So unfortunately, that's the size it's going to be at. So the End of Oak Street, I went to go see it. I didn't have high expectations for it. I didn't have low expectations for it. But I will say it was a fun popcorn flick that you have to go to see, sit down and enjoy. You don't have to think too hard. It's got pretty good action. It's got some good comedy moments in it. Dinosaurs look fantastic. They don't look like they're horrible CGI, and they're done a little bit more realistic compared to dinosaurs that we've seen in other movies.
They got feathers?
They have feathers, yes.
Let's go.
Yep.
I heard it's what the last Jurassic Park movie wanted to be. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Some people said like the Jurassic World trilogy, how it ends with Blue, or the end of the second one, Blue's looking out above the city. This is really the spiritual sequel to that because that's what takes place. But I really enjoyed it. There's some good twists in the movie, so I enjoyed it. It made me think of the dinosaur attack cards from when I was a kid, because you get to see dinosaurs running through a neighborhood and causing havoc, which I really enjoy. So I really enjoyed it. I had fun with it. So
I might check it out. Yeah, I might check it out.
CG says that he enjoyed it.
I'm wondering if the theory, because don't tell us, but you said there's a lot of twists. So I'm firmly believing the theory still, because I am gonna go watch it. It came out on my birthday. I believe that it's probably connected to the overarching story of Cloverfield. And
no, it's not. J.J. Abrams already came out and said that it is not connected.
They had such a segue to tie it into Paradox.
I have not seen Paradox. I've seen the one before it.
It's the one on Netflix. So in one scene of that movie, I haven't like watched it all the way through, but in one scene, there's a part where they talk about a city or a town that just vanished. That would have been like the perfect segue. I don't know.
I guess it's in the universe.
It would make sense. I mean, they didn't outright say that Overlord was in the universe, but it is. the zombie movie in World War II. That's connected
That's such a
Connected to what?
to the Cloverfield universe.
No shit.
Yeah, the
I
black
did not know that. I
black
loved
goo that
over.
turns them into zombies. That's the same
Yeah,
stuff.
I love Overlord, man. It was
So,
so underrated.
what Paradox explains is that they're trying to come up with an infinite energy source, like while they're on a space station, and they start fucking around with this black goo and shit.
Yeah, I saw Paradox. I actually
yeah.
like Paradox.
So the explanation is that every other movie, like Cloverfield, was it 10 Cloverfield Lane, Overlord, they're all a part of a multiverse now, and all of those like monsters and aliens. I think there's another movie that's connected too. But all the monster. A Quiet Place is supposed to be connected. But I don't know if it is. So the thing is, like, all of these aliens are being warped into the realities that didn't originally have these monsters. So in the original Cloverfield movie, the giant monster was a baby that got teleported into that universe. And the one that you see in Paradox is its mother teleported into the main universe. So I just watched a video on it. I didn't even realize we were going to be talking about this today, but yeah.
Huh, interesting. Like I know they try to connect the movie Life to it, and they also try to connect. Then they said like, hey, Life would be a good lead into Cloverfield, or it'd be a good introduction into Venom.
That's another underrated movie. Life.
Yeah,
Life was good. Yeah. Not the Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence one. We're talking about the horror movie that was in space.
You could, I mean, you could easily connect most. I wouldn't say most, but a lot of alien movies into the universe if you wanted to. It's very. Do you know why so the Overlord was supposed to have a different name? It was supposed to be like it was supposed to be like called Cloverfield something, but because Paradox did so bad, they changed the name. Yeah.
Didn't Overlord come out before Paradox?
I thought it did.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it did. Because Paradox was a pandemic movie. It came out during the pandemic, I remember. Overlord came out like right before the pandemic, I thought.
That is interesting. While Noah was looking that up, we had CJ saying Anne Hathaway is killing it this year. I was led to believe that before I watched Mother Mary. Man, Mother Mary is slow and drab and boring. Like, man, CG. I don't know if you saw Mother Mary, but like, I could not get into that film at all. Like, she's doing good elsewhere movies and stuff like that, but no Mother Mary for me, man.
Overlord came out November 9th, 2018. And,
so Cloverfield Paradox came out in February. Yeah,
February 2018. Yeah.
Oh wow,
yeah.
I didn't know they were.
They changed the marketing like very late because of how poorly the movie did. But I think so. That's the thing. I think why you're remembering it as a what's it called, a pandemic movie is it. I think it started doing well during the pandemic.
Could have been. Look, I'll tell you this. With the end of Oak Street, I think it's a movie that I would like to see continued into a possible franchise. And to sum it up, like, it fits perfectly, not in the Cloverfield universe, more of like a Twilight Zone-ish type of film. Like, I can see, like that falling into an episode of it, the way it was done and everything like that. So it was done really good.
That's the vibe I got from the trailers. Was like, kind of like Twilight Zone.
Yeah, and we've really dipped in hard. Like we talked about at the beginning of July. We were expecting horror to take a big step backwards the second half of the year, and so far it's been doing that. Like with the horrible Ice Cream Man movie that I was going to see, and as like I started hearing the reviews, and bad. Like, no,
it was so bad.
You went to see it?
Yes.
And it was
bad. It was bad. It was bad.
Walk us through that.
It was just horrible, man. I was just sitting there like, what am I watching? And then, because Eli is like hit and miss. There's like a handful of films that I love from him. Yeah. Like, the first Hostel. Actually, I like Hostel Part 2. Yeah. Green Inferno I loved, but then it's like, Thanksgiving, even though I prefer the trailer that was in the Grindhouse movies more so than the actual film. and then there's so many misses from him. You know, I love the first
Oh,
Cabin
he's got
Fever.
yeah.
Yeah, this was like a dumpster fire, man. And then, you know, when it comes to AI, I'm one of those people that if it's used properly and it's done well, cool. Like if it enhances, you know, visual effects, uh, I'm cool with it. If
Mhm.
you're relying heavily on it, no, it's not the way to go. And they relied heavy on AI in this movie,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
for a portion of the movie. And I was like, yeah, this is just, it's terrible.
Yeah, Eli Roth, like for many years now, I've thought has been very overrated, and like it's like how are you getting all these opportunities? Like I know, like he's trying to give back now with the new studio that he has put together, so he can give filmmakers an opportunity and stuff like that. But he's just not that good. Like he has a movie about an earthquake out there too. Like what? Oh, he did another. Oh, he did Borderlands. Like he did Borderlands. Borderlands is garbage.
Yeah, it
So
was. I
so
can't
it's
believe
just like,
I forgot that he was a part of that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And you got
I'm
an amazing cast, and yeah, it was bad.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was so
yeah.
bad.
I find it so hilarious, right? He creates this like this whole thing for creators to come in and make their own films. He then uses AI to create a film, and let's be honest, most of his films that he's directed are not good. He did Green Inferno. He
I
did
like Green Inferno.
I don't know why
Green
you
Inferno
like
was
that
good.
garbage. He liked with the the house with the clock in its walls. He did Knock Knock, that stupid movie with Keanu Reeves. Like he doesn't have good movies, really. He's got a dolphin movie in his directorial like edits, and then he came out and said that that the Hollywood shouldn't be trusting the film industry with YouTubers in the hands of YouTubers. Like,
So
so he's not actually. No, I mean, I can't. Like this guy, he makes at
on
best
that,
mediocre movies. He's using AI in his films, and he is now telling people to be cautious about using YouTubers as
hold on,
a
hold
means of
on.
storytelling.
So let me chime in on that real quick. And I know we're going off the rails real quick. I feel like he worded it wrong. I think what the point that he was trying to get across with the YouTube thing was similar to like, okay, you draft a amazing quarterback from college and you put him as a starter, like what the Raiders are about to do with Mendoza. Mendoza was great at Indiana University, won the championship, all that stuff. They're gonna throw him into the fire, and we don't know. He might be a bust, he might be a hit. We don't know.
Mhm.
But more often than not, you got a lot of those quarterbacks that get thrown out there and they're a bust. Look at Johnny Manziel. Look at Vince. What's his name from Texas? And then old dude from LSU. You get all these players that are amazing in college. They get it to the NFL professional level and they're a bust. I think that's what he was trying to say, was saying like, hey, we need these YouTubers or these young filmmakers to be kind of groomed, shown the ropes of how things will work, even though they're amazing talent. I think that's the point that he was trying to get across, but he came off more across like being butthurt about the success of these
Mhm.
YouTubers. You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
I guess you
So
can look at it that way, but I look at
yeah,
it as he said what he said, and then he's using AI, which is also an unknown platform and is not doing well by public standards. Like it's AI is losing money. It's hemorrhaging money. The AI bubble is hemorrhaging money. So it's not doing well in the public eye. And he's now, so we're not going to take it. You got to be cautious about taking a chance on people who may not be ready for the movie industry, when realistically the movie industry as it is isn't working. So why would we want to
Mhm.
groom them to
yeah.
be how it works in the movie industry now? And instead we'll take a chance on shit we know isn't doing well in the public eye.
Mhm.
And it's also like it's not good. It's bad for people, it's bad for the environment, it's bad for fresh water, it's bad for animals. What are we like, what is the conversation? It's he said what he said. So I don't think it should be interpreted any other way, especially when he's taken action to now hurt the creative industry, because using AI in your movie is hurting the creative industry. when you could just have the people on set to be making the movie. And it's like, oh, it might cost more money. Who fucking cares? We're feeding people.
Yeah, like CG says here. Yes, but Eli is his worst enemy by saying that, and then YouTubers are making better movies and young directors that movies back to back, barbarians and weapons. Yeah, that's the truth, right? Like I think Spider-Man proves it, right? Because the Hollywood is just kind of spinning in circles, right? Oh, you know, piracy this, oh, streaming that, oh my God, right? They don't want to acknowledge that they're putting out poor quality that nobody wants to go and see. Right, Spider-Man dropped in theaters, made over $1 billion in week 1, and it was also leaked online at the same time, and millions of people watched it online.
$2 billion.
Yeah, I'm just saying. First weekend. Yeah. So what's the excuse? You can't blame piracy, right? You can't blame piracy as taking people away. You have to take its stories, and the stories are proving it. Like Obsession is bringing people out because it's different, and Backrooms brought it out because it's different. Like new stories, stop rehashing the same shit over and over again. Like I have not seen Practical Magic, but you got Practical Magic 2 coming out, and I guess like at D23 they announced Romy and Michelle Part 2. It's like, dude, it's been like 2 decades.
Well, we're in that era. Yeah, we're in that era now.
Something new.
Like, sequels like 20 years later, 30 years later.
I'm stocking shelves at work, and I'm just thinking in my head, it's like, wait, why the fuck are we getting Drag Me to Hell 2? What is the progression of that story? Justin Long looks for his wife in hell. Like, I don't see why we're getting a sequel to so many of these, like, money, cash grab.
Like, even though I'm gonna be one of the first people in the theater, I mean, like, look, we're getting Spaceballs too after all these years. Yeah. But I will be the first person.
But it's a parody and a satire of Hollywood, right? And it makes sense that you drop it now and it be a satire on everything that's going wrong in Hollywood now, because it could still do it.
Yeah, well, and also because you can use the Star Wars platform, which is also spinning in circles because it's
God.
Like,
please, let's not go there. Let's say that because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm like, it's pissing me off right now. It hurts. Yeah, it hurts so bad.
Your heart bleeding.
Even though I am excited for Ahsoka season 2, though.
Yeah, like so like you have like some bits and pieces, but like it's just trash. So you use that as a platform that they've already been using to discuss just the garbage of Hollywood nowadays. Yeah. I don't want YouTuber directors or new or like Reddit directors, whatever route they take, whoever starts coming up and doing things. I don't want them to be groomed into the system that is Hollywood, because I don't want to go see those movies as much.
Well, like, they have to break the click, right? It's a click, right? Like Eli Roth is connected to Quentin Tarantino, right? So you have this clique of directors and producers out there that has to be busted so you get the original stories out there. All right, so there wasn't a Geekly this week, but we're going to talk a little bit of D23 because there's a lot of MCU news out there. So, like, new X-Men casting. So what are you guys thinking about it?
I am, for one, since we were talking like Obsession and with Indy Navarrete being cast as Rogue, I know a lot of people are giving her shit, and I'm like, you can't blame her. One, we haven't seen the movie yet. We won't see it until 2028. My biggest concern for her is, as long as she could pull a good Mississippi accent, you know, being that role is from Mississippi. Yeah, I think she's from Mississippi. I can't remember. You know, everybody tries to do a Southern accent and they try to do it all the same. Like me growing up in Georgia, I don't sound like anybody from Texas. You know what I mean? So, or I don't sound like anyone from Louisiana. Our accents are totally different from one another. So I hope that she could pull a convincing Mississippian accent, especially being paired if, you know, Channing Tatum is in it, you know, as Gambit. As far as my biggest concern was the actress that was cast for Storm, me personally, I heard she's killing it, crushing it in what she's doing in Broadway. I never seen her in anything. I'm glad that we finally have a dark-skinned actress playing Storm. But I still wish she was older, slightly older. Like personally, my personal pick was Jamie Lawson. You know, she's 28, only 5 years older than the actress that they cast, but that coincides and fits with David being cast as T'Challa Jr. in Black Panther 3. And then I'm actually cool with what's his name? I forgot the actor's name already. Being cast as Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister is one of my all-time favorite. Yeah. He's one of my Sinister is one of my all-time favorite villains, if not my favorite villain in X-Men. So I'm cool with him being Sinister as long as he's not a whiny little punk like he was in Star Wars as
I don't
Kylo.
think so. Adam Driver.
Yeah, I mean he is a phenomenal actor to me. Like I loved him in Black Klansman. I loved him in I actually liked him in that what was that? I mean it was a sleeper film, that dinosaur movie he did.
65.
That was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
But as long as he's not like Kylo, then I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
So now I'm curious about the dude. Like I hated him in Wolfman, and he was wasted in the Craven movie. But the guy that was cast as Xavier, I'm like, that's an interesting pick, for Charles. So I'm like, they're either going to have to go somebody relatively the same age for Magneto, because you can't have it without having Magneto.
Yeah.
But then the thing that's pissing me off with that is like they're saying they're not going to have his origin story.
You can't. It's too. The Holocaust is too far away now.
But that's so pivotal. That's so pivotal to Magneto's story.
I know, but this is what we're getting at now, right? That he's aged out of that origin story. And if you're going with
that, but then also in the comics, Xavier's young again and can walk, and that's not from like they went back in time. It's like no, he has a new body that he got in some weird convoluted way. So we also have seen this guy pump his own heart because of the iron in his blood. So they're mutants. I don't see why they can't. I mean, Wolverine lives longer, yeah, but I don't see why they can't all. And also, again, with the amount of times that they die and come back to life, how old are they really, right? Like Jean Grey's died like 50 fucking times. So, let's be realistic. I think you can still have it, and you should still have it because again, it plays such an important part to why Magneto is the way he is. So then what? I don't understand. What you're like. I was afraid you were gonna say that before you said it. I just don't understand. What are you gonna do then? How are you going to?
They're gonna have to tie it to something else. Another war, another something. And nothing is going to be as worse as that origin story, but. I don't know what else you could tie it to because that character right now, even if he was 10 back then, that would puts him in his 70s now.
But then, if you change that aspect and put him in a different region or something, you have to change his race. You have to change, that is so pivotal to who Eric is, man. One thing that Stan Lee said, he modeled Charles and Eric after Martin Luther King and Malcolm X as far as the polar opposites of where they stood. So I'm like, what else in history outside of slavery and outside of
and slavery is much farther back.
Me being a man of color dealing with what we deal with in this country, what else can be used, and I don't know, man. I'm like,
and that thing is Disney gonna.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they'll pull this off with Eric because again, that is so pivotal, and then it's parallel to how he views mutant society against normal humans, and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a tough sell to take that away.
The only way you can do it, the only way you can do it is if it's multiverse affected. Where he is coming from the past and dropped into the future or into this universe. So it's oh, really? It's the 80s or like the 60s in wherever timeline that he is in, and then him and Xavier get pulled out of that timeline and dropped into this one, and they have to quickly adjust. So that's the only way I could see it working.
Now, with the inclusion of Mr. Sinister, my fingers are crossed that I hope that we'll get that story of Madeline Pryor with Sadie and she pulls a double role. And that'll explain like our theory of like why she was the way she was in Brand New Day. You know what I mean? So yeah, because bringing in Sinister, I was like, yeah, they got to do the Madeline. We have to get Madeline Pryor. You know, with Jean.
We'll see. So, it's we're 2 years away from that dropping.
Yeah.
I think it's May of 2028. We'll see the X-Men film. So that's pretty exciting. I think that's going to be like the first one coming out of the second Avengers movie. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing, right? Like, if Doomsday is bad, which it's shaping up to be, I don't know if I'm gonna go see another Marvel movie in theaters, really, because like, why am I gonna keep committing my time to this? Like, we broke it down on one of the Geekly podcasts. Like, yeah, they're like, you know, like we talk about like how some people say that you don't need the progression of a villain to like throughout the franchise or build up to have it, like, but Marvel has shown that they need it, and also that's kind of how the comic books fucking work, and also that's how you get memorable villains. You didn't see Palpatine until the third one, I'm pretty sure, technically the sixth one, but you had that build up, and you remember him, and you also remember Darth Vader because of his progression throughout the entirety of that franchise. So like, you get the most memorable villains from the ones that did progress. Same thing with Voldemort, right? Like. Wow, right? Like, it's so crazy how that argument just falls apart. But like, they've had 7 years. Infinity War came out on their 10-year run, so like they've had almost the same amount of time and far more content come out, and it's all just been slop. It hasn't been a progression of anything. It's been a jumble of nonsense.
Well, what I don't
had the opportunity and failed.
Yeah, what I don't like is that they I think somebody recently came out and said that Vision Quest is must see watch and going to Doomsday. It's like, I don't give a shit. I ain't watching it. I watched the trailer for Vision Quest. I'm not interested. The story's over for me. Like he's looking for Wanda. No, I'm done with it. Like, you had your chance. I'm done with it. I don't care no more.
Wanda's dead. That movie and that WandaVision came out in 2021. So like. Is this White Vision?
Yeah,
like this is White Vision. Like, and also supposedly Rhodey's supposed to be in this. Like, why are we? I don't care.
The horrible thing too with the Vision Quest is like some people are coming out and saying like they didn't have the budget for it, so that's why you don't see him in the white suit that often, and that's why you don't see Ultron in his robot outfit. It's just him in human form. It's like,
well, you see him a couple of times, and but like you said, the budget, that's why they're themselves most of the time. So But it's cool to see James Spader, man. He's one of my favorite actors. So
he's great. He's great.
That's probably like the main reason why I'll watch it is just for him.
Yeah.
So
CG is looking forward to that one. We have the Fantastic Oracle who said hello before. How's it going?
I'm not excited for Ghost Rider. I'm not excited for Ghost Rider, man. Like, even though I love the character, like I don't know. It's just something about Gosling in the role. I know people, fan casting him and he pushed for it, but I don't know. I'm not a Gosling fan like that, so I don't know.
Everything that Gosling is in is good.
So that's like the thing, right? Like, I don't personally see him as Ghost Rider. However, he's pushing for it the same way that Ryan Reynolds pushed for Deadpool.
Yeah, I give him that. Yeah, I give him credit for that.
Deadpool, I mean, and we saw what Deadpool became because of that. So like, if they let Ryan Gosling also have creative leeway, because it seems like this is a character that is near and dear. I think it should be like the same thing, like where they should have given Henry Cavill more leeway in Superman when he was on set, because I think that the people who are coming up, like some of these actors are nerds like us who grew up on the comics and want to see it actualized, and that's why they push for these roles. So I would like to see what he's gonna bring to it, but at the same time, I don't really have any interest in any of the future projects that Marvel has because they've already said that they're doing Secret Wars. Everything's getting reset. So like, and even if it's not, I still don't understand the direction that they're going for, and or at least I'm just not interested in it because it's messy. I don't know. I don't know. It's like a double-edged sword. It's not perfectly balanced though.
They really dropped the ball. Like once they got Fantastic Four and X-Men under their belt, that's when they should have just like, all right, look, we got to toss out a lot of these other movies. Yeah. And the biggest ball drop is that, all right, so Tony Stark died, right? The torch was spiritually passed to Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man should have been the focus for the entire new phase that was coming out. Yep. Everything should have revolved around him because the X-Men tie into him, Fantastic Four tie into him perfectly. They could have went in the Maximum Carnage way, or they could have built towards the multiverse that way as well. So that's where they dropped the ball, because now we got to wait another 5 years possibly for another Spider-Man movie. Like, come on, like that's a long time. Like we were getting them every 2 years. Now I got to wait every 5 years for a Spider-Man movie. That's your biggest cash cow. That's like DC. It's like, oh, we're going to make all these movies. Meanwhile, Batman was the one that was making billions of dollars and is critically successful, and we're not going to put one out for like 8 years. It's bullshit.
Well, it's also like, well, now you're talking about like we have all of these little nuggets in Spider-Man, Brand New Day. And granted, again, depending on what happens with Doomsday and Secret Wars, it may not even matter. So, but like, you now have to wait 5 years to get a payoff to all of that. And then at this point, if John Bernthal's back in it as the Punisher, he's well into his 50s. You have Tom, who says he wants to retire from Spider-Man. He's gonna be approaching his 40s at that point, because I'm pretty sure he's in his 30s now. So like what are we doing? Like, you, again, Spider-Man is your biggest cash cow. If you don't want to have Tom be like, if this is really because of the whole thing that goes on between Disney and Sony, someone needs to put these motherfuckers in timeout, because like I don't get, like, this is so childish. It's so childish. Like, it's like, hey guys, look, Spider-Man's at $2 billion. It's currently making more money than the top 5 DC movies that came out combined, right? So like, why are we being so hesitant on progressing the Spider-Man storyline? Like, again, this movie wasn't that great, but if it's Spider-Man, I am going to go see it because it's Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. I must support the film. But I don't know, 5 years? So I have to wait 5 years to figure out what's going to happen after Brand New Day? And like, I get it, right? Like, he's probably going to be in Secret Wars, and he's going to get the black suit, and that's how you're going to, like, tie it into the next movie. But like,
yeah, really? That's too long. It's too long of a wait.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Like, because he's definitely being transported to Battle World, so that's why he's not in Doomsday. So and that's why we're not seeing a movie for 5 years, because he's now occupied. There's nothing going on in that time frame because of what they did with that stupid end credit scene. All
right, let's go ahead and switch topics. Let's talk about the upcoming movie that was announced. We got another creepypasta that's going ahead and making its ways to a film. It's Jeff the Killer. So this creepypasta, for those that aren't familiar, is essentially based off of a heavily edited photo, which you're seeing here, and that morphed into something a lot bigger with people being creeped out about it. I guess the lore is that Jeff was cleaning his bathtub with acid, spilled it on his face, and that made him go a little bit psycho. But is the movie a scam? So I don't know if you guys had a chance to take a look into this. So essentially, there's a social media person, Savannah Moss, that's heading up the project with Tongle. They're a film studio. And how they're going about funding the project is they have it where you go to the website and they're asking fans, like, hey, submit your best Jeff the Killer story to us, and then we'll consider about putting that into the film or making that the film. So they're requesting all creative people write stories, send it to them, and then when you do that, you forfeit your rights and ownership of that story that you give them. And then Tongle is talking about where they're going to choose maybe 5 of the best stories, and maybe they'll give one person $300 and then $100 to a couple other people, and then shout outs and the credits to the other people.
Scam.
Right? Oh
That's
my
just
God.
dirty. Because one, that's like no creativity whatsoever. You're taking somebody else's work and creative license, passing it off for yourself, making millions, and you only gonna give them $300 and a credit, maybe IMDb credit.
$300 like 2 weeks of groceries for like
Yeah.
for like 2 people. Like,
Nah. If anything, I would say like, hey, they deserve a executive producer or writer's credit plus back end points plus
yeah.
you know, a percentage of the budget. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Especially if you're going to use their whole, if you're going to use their whole body of work. Yeah.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, let's make a Jeff. So this is where Eli Roth is right? Because you have a social media person in Savannah Moss who's now going to make this film, and she has no creative idea. So her in the studio is like, hey, everybody, give us ideas. We'll make it into a film. Right. So it's a quick cash grab that this is going to be.
I see your point, raised one, because she's not the original creator of any of the storylines that there's many different ones. Like there's like ones that were like he got into a fight. There's ones where he did it to himself on purpose. She's not the creator or origin of any of them. With Markiplier, you have him. He was highly invested into the game when he played it. He reached out to the creator of the game and wanted to expand on the story when he made the movie. You have the Backrooms, which is his original creation. You have Obsession, which is his original creation. And like, granted, like it's not like a full-on original story because there's been Wish Gone Wrong type stories before. But like, again, his own spin on it. His original creation, and you had a backing. Like this is not like big Hollywood going and choosing these people. This is just a scam artist trying to scam people. Like that's all this sounds like. Because again, aren't they like crowdfunding?
Yeah, the crowdfunding too.
Yeah, so like this is just straight up a Ponzi scheme. Like I don't think that this applies into that conversation because she's not the original creator of any content like this, as far as we're aware. She hasn't had any ties with Jeff the Killer that we're aware as a creation. So like, she's just claiming the rights and then asking people for their stories and then claiming their rights and taking their money and then trying to profit off it. It's like, I don't even know how that's legal, honestly. Like that doesn't sound legal to me. Like, that's so wild, and I don't know. I like that's just such a wild thing.
Yeah.
I just like so this is everything that's wrong with the current wave of Hollywood pulling from social media people and influencers and stuff like that, where you get something like this. It's like, hey, we'll throw you money, and this is how we're going to go about creating this film. We're not even going to write a story. We'll have somebody else do it.
What if she's crowdfunding and Hollywood's not throwing her money, right?
Yeah.
So it's one thing if she was just crowdfunding, like, you know, how we did for Terrifier, how we did for Stream. That's different. But you're talking about having people submit ideas, stories, and stuff, and you take it and you outright say, "Hey, you lose all ownership of it." Yeah, that's bullshit, man.
Yep. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Right now, I've seen like a short film. It's a fan-made film of Jeff the Killer that I really liked. It's Jeff the Killer versus Ghostface. Fantastic. Like I did a breakdown of 5 of the best Scream fan films that were out there, and I went through a few hundred, and this made up my top 5. I don't remember where it placed, but it is so damn good. It was so well done too. So like that, if you want to see a Jeff the Killer film, go watch that. It's on YouTube. It
would make sense too because they're both human.
It was so well produced. There was a lot of good twists in it. I was invested as soon as the opening hit, and it's very hard with some of these fan films to get pulled in that quickly, but it had me right at the beginning. So very good film. We've got Scott Walker with us. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Welcome back. We haven't seen you in a little bit, but we also haven't been here that much. So let's see here. He's got a comment real quick. Before we switch over to our next topic. Has there been any more news or word about Scream 8 years? I want 100% to hope that they go to London. If they do bring Matthew back for 8, how is he going to follow Sydney to London? The only thing I've heard right now is that the Saska sisters are in the running to direct.
That
So-
and a potential casting. I forgot the actress name. They're saying she's supposed to be some off character's mom or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, I don't know how true that is.
And there's
I have
been a
no
lot-
hopes. Yeah, I have no hopes for 8. So it's like
There's been a lot of fake news around casting, like Mia Goth being cast as a villain in the next one. It's like,
oh yeah, that and her no kill clause. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
I won't be going to see it. So
Yeah.
I will say this, over on the channel, I dropped it this week. Getting back into my normal routine, I brought back Lost Horror Media. And the first episode for the season is the Lost Scream trilogy. A lot of people seem to be liking what that would have panned out to. So go ahead and take a look at that. Let's move on to our next story, which is going to be near and dear to our compadres here. And it is the first look at Jason, his face here. So we have the poster released. Drops on the 15th of October. All 8 episodes are coming out at that same time. So what are you guys thinking about Jason's look here?
I'm liking it because it looks, he looks deformed.
Mhm.
My only gripe is that it's Peacock. Peacock is the service where shows go to die. It's like an elephant graveyard over there.
Mhm.
Season shows give like 1 season and done. So I hope that doesn't happen in this one.
Mhm.
But I'm excited for the show, man, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. So yeah.
No, how about you?
Oh, I mean the art looks good. I thought it was. Is it coming out on Peacock? Really?
Yeah, it's coming out on Peacock on the 15th of October.
So it's gonna be free to watch?
Yeah, if you have Peacock, it'll be free to watch, which we have Peacock. So
Well, Peacock's free though.
yeah, no, it's not. It's not free.
Mm.
It's not a free service.
Isn't Peacock free with ads?
No,
Thought it was. Oh, wasn't it originally though?
no.
Nah, if you link it to your Amazon, then it's free.
That if you
Yeah.
link it to T-Mobile, if you link it to your cable provider, it usually comes up for free.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think I've watched shows on Peacock before, so I really can't. I can't speak to or against that. But it looks good so far. I mean, like, have we gotten well, we got the teaser. We haven't gotten a full on trailer yet, have we?
Not a full trailer.
Nope.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen, I would say it looks pretty decent. The art looks pretty good. He the color choices and like the line work in it almost makes it look like a what is it, a sonogram? Not a sonogram,
Ultrasound, like a 4D
yeah,
ultrasound.
like an ultrasound almost, which I think is kind of interesting in a because he hasn't gone through his rebirth almost, I think it's kind of an interesting little detail. I don't know if they were going for that, but I know that's what I picked.
Well,
Now, what I noticed though, if you see, like, you pull the post up, you kind of see the dent in his head. So I'm curious, are they going to have his head like warped that Jason is known for? So
I would think so.
yeah.
I would hope so. But two things that you both have said that now have worried me, right? So Marcus, you said Peacock is where shows go to die. You usually only get 1 season, and Noah, you brought up that's like, hey, we only gotten a teaser so far. Yeah, we're less than 2 months out. We don't have a trailer for this.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's August.
We're less than 2 months out. We don't have a trailer. Is that a good sign, right? So yeah,
here's my thing, right? As somebody who doesn't like to have spoilers and have the because the trailers typically give everything away, I'm fine. Well, here's the thing. Well, I mean, no, right? I guess if it was showing on Peacock, we would know that there was a trailer. But I don't know. If it releases sometime this month, I would say it's fine. But if we don't get one until next month, I would say it's a little weird. But maybe they're just being different. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to keep it under wraps. I don't know. It is odd, but I don't know if I'm gonna be worried about it yet. Because I still have faith in this show. But we'll see.
I don't know. Maybe no. Like so it comes out on the 15th. Like I said, the 15th, which is a Thursday. Are you going to be binging the whole thing?
Not in one day. I'll probably do it over the weekend. Like between Thursday to Sunday, I'll probably knock it out.
Well, yeah, because if they're like hour episodes, that's 8 hours. I mean, I could do it. Do I want to?
I don't know.
That would depend on whether or not the show is good, right?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear some. Have you do a review on that series as soon as possible. So,
well, it's not out yet, so I guess it's.
I know. I'm saying, just saying.
Yeah, right, I'll probably knock it out between Thursday and Sunday, and then like by Sunday, I'll be like, hey, if we. Noah and Danny wanted to talk about it since we're the 3 Friday 13 fans. Then I'll be like, yeah, let's do it.
Tattoo show. So, hey guys,
and be like, let's do it.
The entire time.
Yeah, CG is gonna binge it on his off day. Like, if I was a bigger Friday the 13th fan, I would take the day off and watch the whole thing straight through. I'm not that huge of a Friday the 13th fan, so I don't think I'm going to do that.
You know what? I might do it just for CG, man. One, because I love Linda Cardellini, so I could just watch her anyway. so you know what? For CG, if I had that day off, yeah, I might just do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. If I have off, yeah, but my shifts are late, so
yeah. So I don't know. I'll have to figure out my week for that week because we're going right almost into Halloween and stuff like that. And usually I take Halloween week off, so that would have been the perfect time to watch it. But my God, I want to sit there and wait for a Halloween week to sit there and watch it. So I'm gonna have to get into watching it sooner. But then there's some more artwork that came out this week, and I'm not too certain how everybody here likes it. I know me personally, I'm not too crazy about this. This is the animated Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that they're doing. It's going to be shot for shot because it is done through what's called rotoscoping. And what rotoscoping is that you have artists that sit there and they trace over every single frame of the film and they color it in and they piece it together, and that's how you get your film for that.
Wait, so, art God intended.
Yeah, tracing.
Yeah, well, they could have easily have used AI.
True. It almost looks like it a little bit, the way it's filtered.
I don't know. I see 5 fingers.
Here's my thing, though. Will it be... Because I know I'm in the minority when it comes to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was never a fan of the original movie. Like, it did nothing for me.
You're not in the minority here, my good sir.
I respected what it did for film and what it did for horror. Yeah. Like, it was gritty. I loved. And but it was never scary to me. I didn't take the Sawyer seriously. You know, I hated Leatherface because I was like, oh, he's just a bumbling idiot, you know. It wasn't until the 2003, 2006 films that I was like, this is what I wanted. You know, I loved the Jessica Biel movie and the prequel to it. I was like, oh, the Hewitt's, they're the truth. With this, I'm wondering, like, with it being animated and they traced over it, like, will it still be a bloodless film?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it wasn't much blood in the movie. You know, I'm like, or would they add that, you know, to, you know.
You could add the blood. That is true.
Yeah. Will they keep the original voices, or did they hire new actors to do the dialogue? Like, I'm curious about that.
I imagine it's probably just the same. Like, it's just the movie, like audio. Like, maybe they cleaned up the audio of the movie, but I'm just gonna imagine that they took it and then threw it behind the video.
Yeah. So on August 18th, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre Day, apparently. So they're re-releasing the film into theaters, and there's going to be a trailer or a behind-the-scenes look at that with the trailer. Now, I've already seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the theaters. It's not one that I'm going to run back to go see in the theaters, like some other films that I would go and see that I've seen there already.
I might give it another shot because I was young when I saw the first movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's definitely more serious than the second movie. I know you love the second one, Dave, but like I can't relate. But that's the thing. I also didn't like the first one. But like, maybe if I watched The Thing the first time, I didn't like it. Now it's one of my favorite movies. So maybe if I give it another shot, because I also know, like, when it comes to like the chainsaw wielding, he does kind of seem like a bumbling idiot. But I dare any of you to try and swing a running chainsaw over your head with one hand. You cannot, because not only is it super fucking heavy, but the motor is going to be bouncing your wrist. So like, I I just want to see like what I missed when I was watching it when I was younger, because I wasn't watching it through the same lens. That does not mean that I'm going to enjoy it, but like if I get to see the trailer and I get to at least say with all confidence that I gave it another shot, because I have to give The Exorcist another shot too, right? But if I can at least say I gave it another shot for myself, I don't know, maybe I'll go. And if it's free, like if I can go get it with my Regal pass, then I'll go. But if I have to pay the Fathom price, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
and we still don't know what Curry Barker is like creating, since
Maybe
he's
they'll
doing
do a
Texas
double
Chainsaw
trailer.
Massacre, you know what I mean? So it's like, now I'm curious, like because I've seen online a lot of fans want the characters from the game, the now dead game, to make appearance. Like Christina Clare played what was the female character in the game? Who had the poison? I can't remember her character. And Damien Maffei's character in the game. People want them to be included in the movie because their backstories are so cool. And I agree. I like those characters in the game, even though I only played the game a little bit before they, killed it. I really enjoyed those characters. Those new characters. So that would be interesting to see if Curry kind of adapts those characters into live action. And I'm if so, like, get the actual voice actors to play them, because Damien and them are still young enough to do it. So
yeah. We've talked about thieving Hollywood, but probably not for the show, or maybe 1 week on the show. But like thieving of horror fans with these games that come out and you can only play them online, and then they shut down the server and you bought the game and you're out.
That's what I'm scared about the Halloween game, because I pre-ordered the Halloween game and I'm like, is this game only gonna be good for a year?
I would say, what if we got the Halloween game, we streamed it on Howling Hour, but then it's like I'm gonna play it and then it's not gonna work after a year because they're gonna shut it down. I don't know, like that's like that is concerning. Like I know they have the modders for the Friday the 13th game that keeps the servers online, but they did not do that for what's it called? They did not do that for Evil Dead, and they did not do that for Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Wait a minute, Evil Dead's done? You can't play Evil Dead now?
Evil Dead died in the same year.
Yeah, they said the rooms are empty, and now it's just a graveyard.
That sucks, because I never got a chance to play.
Well, I mean, hey, if maybe it'll let us play together, because I have the game.
I have it too.
Yeah, I got it too.
Maybe it'll let us connect, because like it is like it's a 3-player. I think it's like a 3 or 4 player like run through, and you going against it's a PVE. So I mean, maybe I don't know.
Is it cross-platform? Because if it's cross-platform, I'll jump on with y'all. Because I never played the multiplayer Evil Dead. I just played the single player.
That's horrible. What a ripoff, man. But you know what? I'll say this: the Evil Dead Boomstick, I think it's called, or there's a Evil Dead game that came out on PlayStation 2 that picks up from the events of Army of Darkness. Fantastic game.
I remember that one. Yeah, I remember.
I tracked that down and I have it in my collection. And one day, when I actually have time to sit there and play video games for an entire day, that will be a part of the games that I play that day.
Okay, I see. Servers are still online, but it's delisted and you can no longer buy the game. I know. So Steam has they also have like a thing where like if you buy your game, you own your game. So I assume that probably came into play with it. And it's fully crossplay.
Oh, all right.
Hey guys, you want to see us play Evil Dead on stream?
Yeah, we can do that. All right, that brings us to our next story, and that is going to be the Leprechaun reboot that is coming. So this is the first of our 2 reboot stories that we're going to talk about, but the Leprechaun reboot is coming. We have Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan from Saw 5 or Saw 6 or something like that, and The Collector. He's going to write it. And I don't know, man. So I guess that means the Collector trilogy is officially dead, because he's moving on to the Leprechaun reboot. And I don't know if I want to see another Leprechaun movie. Like, they keep trying to go back to the well with this, and I think it's just done.
The well.
Yeah.
Man.
If
they need to just leave it alone.
Maybe if Left on the Lens do it.
Now, what Fuzz did, the little short film they did, I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't had a good Leprechaun film since the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've only seen the first one, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah, and the first one's funny. Like,
yeah, it's
the-
fun. It doesn't hold up like
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah.
horrible to watch now, but
Yeah.
it was still a fun film. You know,
Mhm.
you had a young Jennifer Aniston in it. You know,
Mhm.
it was a fun film. The second one was a little bit better story wise to me.
Mhm.
Not by like leaps and bounds, but it was slightly better. And then after that, it just went off the rails.
Yeah, I think the last attempt was what in 2018, where they had a Hornswoggle from
Hornswoggle,
WWE. Yeah,
it was so
the
bad.
prequel.
Like what was even that design? Like I don't even know what it was. Like it just looked weird. Yeah,
I never even bothered watching it. I don't
it
think
was
I
bad.
will. Yeah.
It was bad. It
Yeah.
was bad. Yeah.
We got Sarah with us. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Hope your vacation was really good. Things are good here. We're actually just trying to get back into our routine of filming every week for the show. So we'll be back in our routine, I think. But yeah, a Leprechaun. Nah, I'm not interested. And I am honestly, I'm actually. Well, we got a comment here. Let's see. St. Patrick Day movies should be all horror movies because of Leprechaun tales. You know what? Maybe that's what. Maybe they should do not the Leprechaun movie, but something else. More Trick or Treat esque, where we have an anthology based around St. Patrick's Day. I would go for something like that.
Something with the parades.
Yeah, so that leads us to the next possible nightmare that's coming, and that is from BLUMHOUSE, where they're now going to do Puppet Master. They're bringing it back to the theaters, and they're also making a TV show that's going to come out with it possibly too. So, like, oh no.
So again, they're about to ruin another franchise because, and granted, the Puppet Master franchise wasn't great at all, but there are a couple of gems in that entire franchise. You know, like the first two were good, and I think the latest one that came out like a year or two ago was actually
yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right, we'll give him a second. Maybe his computer crashed. All right, he'll catch up to us. So, yeah, so there's 15 films in the franchise.
Oh my god! I mean, I say that, but then also there's over 30 Godzilla movies, but that's cinema. Okay,
Yeah.
like
the franchise launched in 1989. It's extremely cheesy. It's fun. It is your typical horror film, like in the beginning, because they have all the TNA in there and thrown in there as well as they're going along. But the one interesting thing with the Blumhouse remake here is that let me see here. Charles Band gets to keep ownership of all the rights, existing movies, and the merchandise. Because the puppets are awesome. Like, they have the full-size puppets that you can get. They have the small action figures by NECA that you have. I have the Toodalome case that has the puppets in it. That they released all the Blu-rays out because I would think it's Dark Moon Cinema had a great buy one get 50% off sale a couple years ago. So I jumped on that. So I'm excited for it, but then when Blumhouse's name is attached to it, I only fear the worst.
It's not, but so they're also going with the different directorial route. Then they're not using the original. Nope. Okay, so I mean, and did he make all 15 previous films?
I don't think he made all 15 of them. They probably have had different directors and stuff like that with the Puppet Master franchise, but it's like, I
don't know. I'll maybe go back. Maybe I'll go back and watch them one day.
I would like to sit there and watch them one day too, but it's 15 movies. That's a lot of movies to get done.
Well, definitely not in one shot because those movies are probably over an hour each. If it's from
like an hour 20.
In the 80s, that means the runtime is anywhere from an hour and 18 minutes to an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 36 minutes because that's typically how it goes in the 90s. I don't know. I haven't personally seen any of these movies. That is a lot, but I mean,
I've seen them all.
Isn't there like 12 Children of the Corn movies?
I think there's a lot of those.
Yeah, it's a lot of those. I don't think it's that many. I think it's like just under 10 or maybe.
Like I will also say that it intrigued. Like I haven't seen much on the Puppet Master, but like the puppets themselves, they intrigue me, and the fact that are they like stop motion? Are they animatronics?
Yeah,
like,
they're stop motion.
Stop motion. So like the original were actually like practical puppets.
Yeah. Were they?
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. Like with this movie, are they gonna do that, or are they gonna make them digital? Like, are they gonna go see like?
Oh, I
special
hope they don't
effects
CGI. They gotta leave
like
it.
that would look that would look so cheesy and bad. I mean, like, granted, I imagine that the puppets in the Puppet Master throughout the franchise looked pretty cheesy, but like that I like. You know, it's like the Critters. Like when you see them in the movie, like they got some. They're kind of cheesy, but like you like it. Like it's good. I can't say the same for Killer Clowns. Like that, those the special effects in that were top tier. That movie on its own was cheesy, but like,
there's 11 Children of the Corn films, but yeah, I hope that Blumhouse keeps to the practical effects. They don't CGI because that's going to kill it. That's going to kill the magic of the franchise. Let's see what some comments we got here. So we got CG saying not good news for that franchise.
I think if they drop stills or if they drop a teaser and they show that they're doing practical effects still, that would make me more confident in the film because they're sticking to the meat of the juice of the original franchise. As someone who hasn't seen it, but also again, I would just rather the practical effects because I think practical effects in horror really shine in my opinion over
like give the studio that did Pinocchio Unstrung. They did really good practical effects with Pinocchio.
Such a fun movie.
I gotta watch that still.
Such a fun movie. Like it's not perfect by any means, but it was just damn good fun. Yeah.
Let's see here. Sarah saying the second Puppet Master was great because
that's the best one.
Backstory.
Yeah, that's the best one out of the entire franchise. Leech lady, man, that damn leech lady. Boy.
Oh yeah.
I hated her.
Then there's Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys as part of that, so that's always fun too.
Is Demonic Toys a different horror franchise?
Yep, it's under the same studio, but it's it's just.
CG brought up a classic. I used to love the Garbage Pail.
Oh, the Garbage Pail Kids. I've never seen that.
The movie? It's cheesy and it's bad, but it's just a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. One day.
And the suits that they wore, the practical suits was like it was creepy.
Yeah, one day I'll have to watch that. So we were kind of talking about a little bit earlier, but so there's some controversy going on with Halloween Horror Nights because they're going to include Nikki Freeman in the Halloween Horror Nights where she's going to be walking around scaring people. And because, the keyboard warriors are out there complaining, it's like, oh, well, you're popular, you're supporting a victim and you're putting a victim out there and you're trying to make it glorified that she was a victim in that movie by putting her in there and having her scare people. It's like, it's a fucking horror movie. Shut up.
Well, the horror movie's overarching message is about Nikki being a victim though. So as a keyboard warrior, I would actually I thought about it and I agree. Because it is profiting off of a story that is about a victim. Like, because Nikki is a victim. She's not the antagonist of the film, and that is how she is going.
So was Reagan, but yet Exorcist is glorified, and Reagan was a victim.
Okay, so not really the same concept. Like, she's being possessed by what is considered the devil. This is a play on the assault that goes on in the world on a daily basis.
So well, the devil assaulted her with a crucifix.
Okay, again, I understand. We're talking about fairies, right? You're talking about magical things that don't exist. And yes, the One Wish Willow plays into that, but the entirety of that film is the autonomy of Nikki's.
No, I get what you're saying, but I mean, it's a fine, thin line though between the two. It's really not too much different. Because yet she's still possessed. It is, but right? I mean, she's still possessed by an entity, though. Even though we don't get the explanation.
They even claim but like again, that doesn't matter because like the movie had a clear message, whereas The Exorcist was a possession movie, like a paranormal possession movie, and that's not what Obsession is. Obsession is an allegory movie. It's a satire. It's playing on the concepts that are affecting women today. It's a big thing because like
yes, I agree with that, but yet it still is an entity because you still have those moments where Nikki is still trying to break through, but whatever is possessing her, that entity is saying I can be Nikki, and you have Nikki saying it's not me, It's not me. So how is it not an entity possessing her when you have the evidence clearly, right?
Okay,
I know
so-
what you're saying, and I agree with what
so
you're
let's say
saying.
it- so
But
let's say hypothetically it is an entity. It doesn't matter because the message behind the movie is the fact that Nikki was the victim throughout the entirety of this.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
Right.
she is a victim, but so is Reagan. Reagan is
Okay,
clearly a
again,
victim.
not in the same concept because the overarching story is going into the growing epidemic that I mean you can call it an epidemic, but what it is disgusting of men taking the autonomy away from women and assaulting women regularly. Like again, we have the whole thing that just came out with the websites and all that other shit, right? So like with people not being able to trust their own partners, right? So like I see the other side of this. I think that I do think that it's wrong because you are objectifying the victim of the film, not the actual villain, which was Bear. Right? Like I get it, right? She's scary. You get the pop. The movie made a lot of money. But it's not the same as The Exorcist. I do understand what you're saying with her being assaulted with the crucifix.
Well, not just that. She is a child.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So in that era of...
I was getting to it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Go ahead.
I also think that was wrong to be in the film because should we talk about the fact that she actually broke her back? Like that movie has its own string of issues,
that movie
right?
Was fucked.
Yeah, again,
was fucked up, man, on so many levels.
But in real life,
yeah,
she was actually tortured. Linda Blair was actually tortured on that set. So that plays into my argument, I feel like, where you have them showing where like Linda Blair really didn't get much say what was happening to her on that set.
Yeah.
Right. So, and we can talk about like what happened in the film and what they were doing in the film, which again, like you want to play on the aspect of the devil's so cruel and whatever. When if you read the Bible, God killed more people, but whatever. But if you go behind the scenes, like even so, like I can't remember the actress's name who played her mother. She was also tortured on that set, and that's something that you see as a regular occurrence when looking at the behind the scenes of films that have women involved in them. They're not really thought of as people. They're additional props on set. So I don't know, man.
I think this case goes, and I'm gonna pull up CG's comment because I'm gonna play it from the other side. This is the issue with today. It's a movie. It's a character. That's it, right? So while I understand your point, Noah, but then we glorify a child killer, pedophile in Freddy Krueger. We glorify the grabber.
That's your guy, though. We've all
but it
said
still doesn't matter. The black phone, the grabber, same thing. I'm sure he has.
But again, that was conveying a message in the first movie before it became a cash grab. With the second one, it was telling a story about what is still going on today. It wasn't supposed to be some. The movies are supposed to tell a message, right? Like we talk about Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. That's a play on mental health and how people ignore it in society. Yeah, it made a lot of money and people profited off of it, but it was telling a message. And then the second one came out and ruined all of that. So you can have a movie tell a message, but then when you take that movie and then you decide that you want to use it for profit, you're going to start ruining that movie. I don't agree. I just don't agree. And again with Freddy, if you watch, albeit it's bad, the 2009 remake, that's the story that's telling a message. Whereas, like, also technically, the original Freddy is not a child toucher, so because they didn't want to, actually go into that. But
no, he is. It's just they changed it.
Yeah, I know.
Craven still said he's very much a predator.
In the first movie, interesting concept. But again, like if you go back to the 1980s and the times of it and how reckless teens were being in the 80s, it plays into that messaging. And then they started making a joke out of it for profit.
Yeah, but that's that. But like what CG was saying, like it's a character and it's a movie, right? That's the entire horror genre. It's the entire horror genre. Right behind you, you have a picture of Stu on the wall and Billy Loomis on the wall. They're glorified killers, right? We have Art Clown behind.
It's almost like it plays into what was going on at the times with the Columbine shootings and several other school shootings.
I'm just saying.
It's like it was telling a message of the dangers of what was going on online. It was talking about the dangers of online messaging and leaving kids unchecked. Again, telling an actual story, and then it was glorified in the sequels. Like,
but I'm still saying it is a horror character. All of it is glorified, and it is all negative stuff that is glorified, right? Because as I will be getting to in a show that will be dropping on here, of how many of these characters have inspired murder and all of this other stuff. Like even Queen of the Damned, which is going to probably blow Marcus's mind, has inspired somebody to go out there and start slaughtering people because of Queen Akasha was apparently talking to this guy in his brain about drinking blood to serve her. Like it's all glorification, and the movie still come out afterwards.
And that Charles Manson decided to start a cult. Right, so you can take from whatever you like. It doesn't matter. Helter Skelter's a Beatles song. It has nothing to do with murder, and he influenced the masses to murder people. So it doesn't matter where you get your influences from. It's the person, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't agree with you. I don't think that it's the same. I think that I do think that it's kind of wrong to do. Like, I get why they're doing it. I just don't agree with it. I think it's wrong. You're glorifying a victim throughout the film, and it was telling a clear message, as are these other films, and then was glorified by their sequels and the studios, not by the person who was trying to originally tell the message.
But here's what I'm saying: you can't be offended by one thing and not be offended by it all.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. It has to be. It's all or nothing. So because like here we have serial killers.
Again, you're saying that they were glorifying them when the original stories were telling an important message.
Yeah, but no, that's the. We don't need to worry about what the original story was. We're talking about the character itself that is now have gone far beyond what the story was about. Because like, hey, look. We have Leatherface. We have Norman Bates. Like, if they showed up at Halloween Horror Nights, people would love it. But here, it's inspired by a serial killer, Ed Gein, right? And this is something that happens over and over and over and over again, right? So, if you don't agree with this, then you shouldn't agree with all the other films that were out there that have taken inspiration from real life tragedies and has turned it into profit because the character inspired somebody.
Yeah, you can't cherry
Scream! Ghostface! He's inspired by the Gainesville Ripper. He's inspired by the Gainesville Ripper.
So how many times do you have to talk about horror being the progression in society that society needs? Because they're always trying to convey important political messages with their original stories. And then the production companies come in and ruin that. That's what we're talking about.
No, there's horror that does that effectively without having taken inspiration from real life tragedies. To your point, They Live, the movie, the Thing, right? They take horror not from real life tragedies like Ghostface and the Gainesville Ripper and convey their message. There's no messages being conveyed in any of the slasher films that we watch or anything like that. There is none.
You enjoy Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Psycho.
I do, but I'm also fine. Okay, I'm fine with Nikki Freeman being at Halloween Horror Nights.
I'm cherry picking. I don't like those things. I said I would go and give the movie a shot again, but I don't like them. So what am I cherry picking? These movies that were telling a story in the beginning, and then the production companies took it over and did what they wanted. And when's the last time you heard me say something positive about Scream? When I did not just say in the last podcast, hey, let's go back and rewatch them and say how we actually feel about the movies instead of fixing the fucking holes in the movie. So where am I cherry picking? Thank you.
Everything. All the slashers. All the slashers are born in blood of real life tragedy. Yeah. So at the end of the day, none of them should be celebrated.
So at best, you can just say that I'm ill-informed in what we're talking about.
No, I'm saying that you're missing the point.
No, I'm not missing the point.
Nikki Freeman is now become a horror icon, regardless of what the story was conveying. And Marcus just dropped off. Regardless of what the movie is saying, she has now become a horror icon, and she deserves that opportunity to stand alongside of those other characters.
That's not what I'm saying at all. No one's saying that she's not a horror icon, but that's not the type of horror icon that she is. We're getting new horror icons. She's not a slasher.
I know she's not a slasher. You don't have to be a slasher to be a horror icon.
But again, she's not the same type of horror icon. It's not the same thing. She's not the same type of character. No one's saying she doesn't deserve her flowers. That's not what I'm saying at all. As someone who went to see the film more than once, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that this is not the way to do it. Like, because this is turning her into the villain. Because what do you do at a haunted attraction as someone who went to one and worked at one? You are the villain in those interactions, right? Like, you're not gonna get the deeper meanings behind the character. You're gonna have her walk around the attraction the entire time, follow some people, have her pop out and scare people. That's what she's gonna be doing.
She's the modern day Carrie, because Carrie's not the villain either.
I know.
But Carrie's still portrayed in some of these things as
Carrie's not really a big thing. Yeah, she's getting the show, right? But again, you're telling me things that I already know. But Carrie wasn't like Carrie didn't get that type of comeuppance. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Where's Carrie at Halloween Horror Nights? And if Carrie was at Halloween Horror Nights, I wouldn't agree.
Go ahead, Marcus. We dropped you off twice.
Also,
I share my piece, man.
Other than Carrie dying, Carrie got her back. Fuck those motherfuckers who died at the end. I mean, I will say she went a little overkill, but they were all assholes.
I'm sure Carrie has been at Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, she has. She has before.
Okay, yeah. And I been to Halloween Horror Nights? Like, am I giving to the people of Halloween Horror Nights like, oh, I'm really cherry picking? Like, no, I haven't gone there. I haven't, and I don't even know that Carrie would be there because I don't know that Carrie is there.
Well, no. So here's the thing, right? So, like, if people didn't complain when Carrie was there, you can't complain here either, because Carrie is not. Carrie's also a victim.
I can't complain about because I don't know about the existence of Carrie at Halloween Horror Nights. You're lumping me in with a mass of people with different knowledge and different life experiences. You know my life experience, so you know for a fact that I wouldn't fucking know if Carrie was at Halloween Horror Nights, and you know that if I did know, that I wouldn't agree with it. So I don't understand how I'm being lumped in with people that have ulterior knowledge. Like, that doesn't make so this once again goes into you just not listening to me. Oh boy, yeah, I know.
Let's move on. Let's move on from this.
Let's move on.
Endless circle.
You're not actually comprehending what I'm saying, or you just don't care to. It's fine.
No, let's move on from this, and let's agree to disagree, because we're not going to agree with you. You're not going to agree with us on that. So
you're
Bruce
coming down to me being some child that doesn't understand. That
nobody said that. You're assuming that's what I'm considering.
That's what you said. You said that I'm not getting the point.
When did I say you are some child that does not understand?
You said I'm not getting the point, and I'm capitalizing on what you're saying.
Yeah, you're not getting the point. Gainesville Ripper. We're celebrating the Gainesville Ripper right here with this character.
Again, I don't know who that is, so that's why I said I'll admit to being ill-informed in that, because I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is.
Because Scream is born in blood.
Scream came out almost 10 years before I was born.
CG nailed it. Both of y'all need to zip it.
Then give Marcus privileges.
CG is calling for it.
All right, zip it. You can't even zip it. Zip. I can't. When a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good.
All right, so CG calls for that. So that's what we'll put on the screen. So Bruce Campbell is talking. And I know Noah has some news in regards to this too that he kind of mentioned at the top of the show. So Bruce Campbell has come out and said that the Evil Dead, the last 3 movies, are far too grim and are not fun or funny like the original ones. They don't have that goofy aspect to it.
Wasn't he talking about the new one before it came out?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't really involved in this last one that much, but he says like even the color palette for the films are just so gray and dark. So, what do you guys think of that?
I mean, me personally, I love the 2013 film sequel. That's my personal favorite of the franchise. These last 2, I mean, I get what he's saying because, from the second one, it started to become more comedic. Like even if you go back and watch the first one was dark. You know, it was dark, it was gritty in its time, it was serious, it was grim. And then Evil Dead 2 came out and it became more comedic. And then Army of Darkness just went to a different stratosphere, which I love those, you know, first 3 films. I kind of disagree with the 2013 film because for me it picked up where the first film left off. You know, and I love that. But this is his baby, him and Sam's baby. This is his franchise. So, hey, I respect what he has to say. You know, I respect.
No, how about what's your thoughts?
I'm kind of in limbo with it because, like, with the first Evil Dead movie, I will say yes, it was darker and it was grittier, but it also wasn't really Bruce Campbell's film. I wouldn't say like it wasn't Bruce Campbell's film, but like it wasn't Ash's film. Like for me, watching that movie was more about telling the story of the Necronomicon and bringing the Deadites into the universe and like start like to me that's more like so like it more so felt like we were getting the story around them, like around the people who were just they were
set up the world.
They were the bystanders to the Necronomicon and everything that was going on around it. To me, the main character was the first person perspective of the demon because that was us seeing the shot of what was telling the story of everything else around it because they were just again bystanders to everything else that was going on. The cabin was being alive, the Deadites, they were all one big thing. That was to me was the story. Or the main character. Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness and Ash vs. Evil Dead, where you really have Bruce Campbell shine and you really have him being the main character and being the chosen one and all that, they are more lighthearted. So like I definitely see where he's coming from and I can agree with that. I don't like Evil Dead 2 as much. I have to go back and rewatch it. But I really Army of Darkness is you see it on I mean this is also if you have cable or satellite. If you see it on, or I guess if you're on your streaming services and you see it's on a streaming service, I don't think it is for free. But if you were like you put it on, it's almost like Scott Pilgrim. It's like Jaws, you know, like you just kind of throw them on. Although again, like now I feel uncomfortable watching Jaws because it is the reason why they're endangered, or plays a pivotal role in that, unfortunately. But it's like those movies you just kind of throw them on because they're they're classics. But Army of Darkness, like that's just good humor. Like that's just funny.
I don't think you can come back to that because there's no Ash.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
think you can come back to it.
I don't think that's like. I guess it depends on whether or not they take from like they continue the storyline of the show because the show I think they created strong enough characters to where they can continue the story with his daughter. That's just a personal opinion. Like, but I think that they have enough characters and enough story to do it without him. And that like, so I like as much as I would like to say I want Bruce back and I want him back as Ash, I do think that they can do it without him. And they have been for quite a while. But like, I also think that you can bring back that lightheartedness to the gore of the movie franchise. But also, you have to keep in mind that these movies just like Evil Dead Rise was good, but it had a lot of questions in it, like left open. But then Burn sucked, and as an Evil Dead franchise film, and also kind of brought Rise down, and also brings in more questions that are just not pleasant because they're like it just leaves you confused. So. I agree with him in that aspect. Like, I enjoy Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I enjoy Army of Darkness. And I do think that you can bring back that lightheartedness because of what they did with Ash vs. Evil Dead. Which they haven't. Because, again, with Xena, Princess Warrior, like, and I believe she was also in Game of Thrones or Spartacus, something like that.
Rome. I think she was in Rome. One of them.
I don't know. She was in
Spartacus or Rome.
One of those, like, old Roman Empire.
Yeah,
the old timey ones. I don't know, the old ones. With the dragons and the rings of power and shit. I don't know. She was in one of them, but like, she was great in that. We have Pablo. You have
Ellie.
Yeah. Like every time I'm on the spot, like Deborah Ann Wall. I remember that name though. I still remember her name because she's in God of War, and I've told myself how to remember that name. But like. again, you just have a whole cast of characters that can that I still think breathe new life into the franchise Evil Dead. But the stories have to be good. They can't just be like, you can't just say this is a part of the franchise, but then it just makes no sense as being part of the franchise, because you can't even get your dates right when you're trying to talk about what's going on in the past, that what had already happened in previous films. So like,
I don't think they can go back to a comedic route now. I think they've gone too far away from it.
And you dealing with the Book of the Dead, man. We already got comedic take of the Book of the Dead with the Mummy movies, with the Brenda Fraser Mummy movies. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
it is.
I personally love
right, like it is bound into flesh, and these demons do some pretty heinous shit. Like Ash was inside someone's butt. Like,
oh my god, that was funny.
Right, like, you know what I mean? Like, they've done some pretty dark shit. Like, the people who keep these things are called the Dark Ones. They are from an underworld of sorts. Yeah, I don't know. I if you want to have comedy in there, yeah, like whether or not you do or don't, I just don't think it's the franchise's biggest problem at this point in time.
Yeah,
I think that it has many other problems. Unfortunately, Burn.
Yeah, and I think you were going to talk about this. Like, he's moving away from the franchise completely now. He's done, not coming back at all.
So he's not. Yeah, that means that he's not going to be voicing. Like, I don't know if Ash is supposed to be in the animated Evil Dead show.
That is officially dead. He talked about that recently too. Ash versus Evil Dead animated show is officially dead.
So I guess so something tells me that it was going to be Ash in it, and he was going to be Bruce Campbell. But since he's stepping away from being in an acting role of any kind, they had to trash it. Which, I mean, I would say now that would be the perfect opportunity to get a voice and see what the voice role can do if you wanted to continue the Ash storyline, instead of just completely throwing out the idea of it. Because, like, dude, like, that's what we've been talking about. Like, or I mean, like, I know I brought it up. I don't know if anyone else has like thought about it. But like the idea of bringing these slasher instead of just like keep bringing them back in reboots and remakes and sequels that are shitty, Halloween, and killing their franchises, bring them back as characters in an animated fashion. Animation's hot right now. You can really take the time with it and have a bigger budget and really do what's like not on the same scale as Spider-Verse, but like still, really commit to it. And I think you could do some really beautiful work with the animated slasher verse of the 80s horror characters. I don't see why that wouldn't work.
Give us that graphic, like Invincible type animation.
Yeah,
like Freddy versus Jason versus Ash in an animated film. Now you get Robert Englund back, and then you throw money at Bruce Campbell. It's like, just voice the character, please.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even have to. We have so many great voice actors. Bruce Campbell, I think that he could be a great voice actor. He is a great voice actor. We've seen it. But you have so many great voice actors. If you want him to sound like Ash and have the same
his own co-star actually, because pull off. Because Jeffrey Donovan did it in Burn Notice, where he imitated Bruce Campbell. Right. Like, he sounded just like Bruce Campbell too.
I heard the actor on Broadway has done the same thing. He's able to nail all Bruce's cues as well and his delivery.
Right. And so, like, if he can do things like that, and he can, like, because that's the thing, like, I mean, if you're going from Broadway to voice acting, something tells me that you can really, like, if you're able to do what you can do in Broadway, that you're definitely gonna be able to shine in a voice acting sense, because that's pretty much like you're pretty much performing. You're doing it all. Like, I don't know, I'm not wording it well, but like, I think that if you're going from I think if you bring in the Broadway Ash to do it, I think that would, and he's also on the younger side, so I mean, like, not that it matters, because he's voice acting, so you can keep around a bit, you can have him a bit longer, but like, if you want him to sound like Ash, then, or if you want him to sound like Bruce Campbell, which makes sense because, again, it's pretty much him, like, then I get it, then do that, but you have your opportunity to maybe like progress the character with a new light, not like a full 180, you know what I mean? But like, if you have a character that portrays like their own, puts their own little spin on how their comedy is. Like, I still physical comedy out of Ash. Like that plays a big role into the character. But if it's animated, you can do what you want. But I mean, like their own comedic aspect, I think you can get a different type of dry humor from a different actor, or just a different comedy or a comedy style that would still work for Ash.
Yeah,
because I think like an oaf Ash, like that's not, full on. Because like I think like if you do a Johnny Bravo Ash, where like he thinks he's hot shit, but he's actually not hot shit. Because like that's the thing. Like Johnny Bravo thinks he's hot shit, but he's not hot shit. Ash thinks he's hot shit and is typically hot shit. I mean, like in Ash vs. the Evil Dead, like they kind of played into that. But if you do a young Ash where you play into that story and you have him kind of come into the role of a hero in that way, because he's like, oh, I'm not hot shit, not either fighting or with the ladies. You know what I mean?
And then he also commented on his cameo in Burn with being the picture on the mantle, saying that he's like, no, there's no ties to Ash. People are coming up with their theories.
I figured that was just like
it's just there.
Yeah, it's just like a little blooper.
Yep.
Little gag.
I don't know.
Little jokey joke.
There's so much story to be told with Ash in the horror universe. And the Necronomicon being the connecting piece for it all. It would be perfect to live in the animated space.
Yeah. And you're bringing up like him talking about like the picture. If they still did special features on movies, we would get the story behind why they put it in there in a little gag reel. But they don't do that stuff anymore, which really annoys me.
Yep.
All right, so that's it. We're gonna wrap up with those things there. I know we had a question that came in from Scott earlier, so I'm gonna go and track that down real quick so I can pop that up. Let me just take down this banner here. So let's see here. Scott has a question for you, Marcus. What do you think, Marcus, about a new Free Willy movie?
I didn't even know. That's a new one on me, so I can't answer that. Honestly, the only Free Willy movie I've ever seen was the first one. So,
I've never seen Free Willy. I've never watched it.
I couldn't even tell you, Scott. There was one question somebody was asking about X-Men sequel about the Mojo arc.
Oh, all right.
I love that arc in the comics, and I love it in the animated series. But until we know what they're going to do with the first film, I mean, I don't know what route they're going to go. Mojo is one of my favorite villains. So
he was not really good in the cartoon.
Yeah. So I love that arc.
It's going to be produced by the Russos?
I don't know if it'll play well in live action because it's a little wonky, the Mojo arc.
Oh, there it is right here. There's a comment.
Mojo from X-Men?
Yeah.
Oh, but it'd be so fun.
It would be fun, but I don't know how they could pull that off in live action. Like it would be interesting.
You mean Disney? They can't, but other people could.
Yeah.
Also, so I'm looking it up. Free Willy is being produced. It's going to be coming out through Warner Brothers. It's supposedly being produced by the Russo brothers. Anthony and Joe Russo, right? Like that's the Russo brothers, right? Like Avengers Russo brothers.
Yeah. That's interesting.
We're getting a new Free Willy, guys. And that it's a reboot though, and that was as of a month ago.
I won't be watching that one either. So
I didn't grow up on Free Willy. I grew up on Lilo and Stitch and The Little Mermaid. Oh, and Ben 10 and a couple other things. Oh, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's good ones. That's good ones.
Godzilla, but that's those weren't kids movies technically.
Oh, well,
I guess the 60s ones were. The 70s, I wouldn't say the ones from the 50s and the 70s were. That was a lot of blood. A lot of sad.
Everybody's been growing up on Godzilla.
Well, yeah, I mean
70 years of it. So we'll probably talk about Godzilla in a couple of weeks as we prep for it. Like I think the release date got pushed up, right? The release date got pushed up a little bit. Yeah. So I was checking.
Oh, Scott asked too, is there going to be a sequel to Silent Night, Deadly Night? I don't think so because it didn't do well.
Wait.
Marcus, finish it up before Noah chimes in on Godzilla.
Oh. Yeah, the Silent Night, Deadly Night. I doubt that it'll get a sequel. I wish it would. because I thought the remake was pretty awesome. And it was a good what's the word I'm looking for? Redemption for that actor because
Yeah.
he got so much shit for Halloween
Mhm.
Ends, and that wasn't his fault.
Mhm.
He's a good actor. But yeah, I don't think Blumhouse will touch it again.
I don't even know. Did that get released for physical media? Because I gotta pick that up. I don't think it did.
So what
Nope.
I'm seeing is that the world premiere at the New York Film Festival is releasing it September 26th. Japan is getting it released on the 3rd, which is Godzilla's birthday. I can say birthday because he's a citizen. And then the United States release, including IMAX, is November 6th.
All right.
Oh.
We will all be there on opening night, pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get -0 minus color?
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be great too. And another great movie that's coming out is Colony. Colony is
yeah. Danny could go see it.
Best horror movie this year, man.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the best movies, period, this year.
Yeah,
like
it's my
not
number
just
one
horror
across the
movie,
board.
yeah.
Well,
that's
I'm pretty sure that's what we all say about Train to Busan too. So I mean, just not
Yeah.
Peninsula, but we don't talk about.
You know what? I will say this: like, it lacked the emotional connection that Train to Busan did, but as an overall movie and zombie film, badass movie, man.
Yeah,
like
this
badass.
is it's not connected to the Train to Busan movie for anybody that's interested or has seen it. Colony is its own zombie film, and it as I've told these guys, it pulls a little bit of pieces from other movies that have been out there. It pulls from Wreck or Quarantine, however you know it. It pulls from Dawn of the Dead. It pulls from 28 Days Later. It pulls these little nuggets out of there, and it takes it and twists it, and it turns it on its head, and it just becomes absolutely terrifying. Like this is another film.
One coolest villains who be ore farming the whole movie.
Yeah, so we can't talk about it because we don't want to give too much on that. But so like it really pointed to like this can now happen, right? Like they explain it in a way it's like this could happen. And the way like you have the Elon Musk type of person out there that's trying to mess around with like chips and people and shit like that and mess with people's brain. This could happen, and it's explained well in this movie. So Colony is definitely my number one for the year right now.
And it's funny, like you said, I believe like something like that could happen because I do have a friend who works for the CDC, and of course, legally he can't tell me anything. I don't have clearance and stuff, but he was like, "Yes, it's some stuff in that lab that'll blow your mind."
Yeah, and
it'll blow your mind.
So, and just to build off of that, like I think it was an article that was released by a major news outlet last week or 2 weeks ago, where scientists have used AI to create 5 new viruses. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So here we go. So like we're walking down the colony.
We should talk about the biggest problem in the room, which is that they have brain matter in a petri dish, and it is running doom, and they don't know how it's doing that. And listen, I'm no scientist, but I can probably give a guess. It's probably because the person that is being loaded into Doom is the brain. And I would assume that the first person that you're seeing is just this motherfucker actually fighting demons. And he's just rinse, repeat, dying and coming back. So when the robots take over, we're fucking cooked, man. Like, we're so dead. Like they got the viruses. They have the knowledge of us throwing him into hell. Like, it. Oh, and we kick them when we turn them into robots. So for videos. So like, I don't know, man. Like,
guys, hey, they already fighting back. You saw the one robot that kicked the 2 employees.
Like, oh yeah, I saw
the fact that I see the robots do that. I was like, well, that's what we fucking get. That's what we like. I don't even like when a dog bites a human. I was like, well, that's what you fucking get. You poke it and you're gonna get poked back. Like, I don't know, man. Let's see the techno viruses. We're literally gonna get Apocalypse as an X-Men villain, and we have no mutants to fight him. So thanks, guys. Thanks for that. Like one of the worst villains in the Marvel universe.
Let's not go down this rabbit hole of real horrible nightmares that are out there, especially with AI and duplicating voices now and stuff like that too. So crazy. All right, so guys, we're gonna wrap. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. We'll have Geekly back. We'll have our next episode of the Howling Hour. We're probably gonna figure out our next ranking. Right? I know we've have a request out there to do Child's Play. We were supposed to be doing a Twilight one, so we'll talk behind the scenes to see if that's actually happening still. And then we'll catch you very soon. So thank you for joining us.
Yep. Time to go watch the Lanterns.
Oh boy, good luck with that one. It's on fire. It's on fire.
I wonder if the techno virus is coming with built-in Bluetooth.